So you've got a time machine. You can go back in time only once. That power is with you. What year, what month would you go back to, and what problem would you fix, which will make KiSSFLOW today even bigger? Whatever in your definition of success, more successful.
I think we really, if there is one thing that we have to fix, really, we believed more in sales and less in marketing.
Okay.
And I think many entrepreneurs continue to do that mistake. They think selling is what important because they bring the dollars. But most entrepreneurs don't think selling is a byproduct of marketing. If the marketing happens really well, selling becomes easy. So the selling becomes difficult because the marketing has failed.
Right.
And before KiSSFLOW's success, that is the same thing that we were doing. We were always trying to sell and not market. But without marketing, if you're trying to sell, all the responsibility of marketing is on the shoulders of the salesman.
Right.
And we're expecting him to market, sell, do all sorts of dance, sing, do everything, right? It's like a one-man army, do everything. And that is why some companies do not succeed.
Sure.
They expect the salesman to be the marketer as well as the sales job.
True.
And that's one mistake. Even with the previous product, I believe we could have succeeded if you have understood this difference very early on.
Sure.
Right? So invest in marketing. In fact, I tell myself, in my whole career, I was a technologist, right? I came as a programming person. I did C, C++, assembly language programming, Unix. I came from that background, and a hardcore systems programmer. And then I did rule engines and all of that. So I always seen myself as a technology person. And then I learned marketing. After I learned marketing, I said, if I have to restart my career, I want to be a marketer.
Okay.
Because the whole world runs in marketing. The entire world is controlled by marketing, whether it's religion, politics, God.
Anything that you want to lead to the masses?
Everything is marketing.
Absolutely.
Right? Personality, everything is marketing.
Right.
So marketing is the one that runs the world.
Absolutely. So and we had some of the audiences also had given us questions when they registered. So I'm kind of bubbling up a question that was there in terms of a couple of questions. I'm kind of combining them. So we had questions from the audience on what was your go-to-market strategy. Now that you've talked about marketing as a thing that you'd want to fix upfront. There were questions on how do you maximize the output of marketing with the least amount of budget that you had when you started, when the revenues and the cash flows were not there. So what do you do today when it comes to marketing?
Sure.
And what can people who are listening to this podcast learn from that?
See, one of the things, I'll probably say only one thing. I actually run a workshop, go-to-market for SaaS companies targeting global customers.
Right.
This is a workshop I run. Typically, this workshop is run for 15 companies, for founders only.
Okay.
And I've done 13 workshops all over India.
Wow. Okay.
And this is a full day, one-day course, right? And we cannot talk about all of that.
Yeah.
I'll probably say only one thing, which is the most underutilized in inbound marketing. The most underutilized in inbound marketing is search engine optimization, SEO. And SEO is so powerful and so important, but most of the founders often either outsource it to some agency or put some very junior people, pay them 15,000 rupees, 20,000 rupees and expect them to do SEO optimization.
Right.
And if only startups especially SaaS companies can over-invest on SEO and optimize this, there is so much money to be made. In fact, I would say first 1 year of KiSSFLOW, we just did it on SEO.
Okay.
We didn't even pay for Google
No ads.
So we first exhausted our SEO and then we went after ads. So I think that's, I would say, the number one inbound marketing tip, if at all I have to give.
Sure.
I think this tip is something I would say fairly confident that
it applies to everyone.
It applies to everyone.
Not just SaaS.
Yeah.
For the matter, right?
At least in SaaS, it applies to everyone.
Right. I think you already answered some of this, and the next question that I had was like some of your inbound marketing, insider sales strategies, tips.
Meaning, in fact, inbound marketing we already talked about. Inside sales, the inside sales secret is, we already talked about it. The secret is about the matchmaking. Right? In inside sales, the secret is about not selling. It's about the matchmaking. Because in SaaS, the whole story evolves around the center of the product. If you don't have a decent product, usable product, not a bloated product, but the right product, with even minimal features is fine. If you have the right product, nice design, not so very buggy, 1 or 2 bugs is still okay, people understand it.
Yeah.
That is the center, and then you're able to reach to the right audience and get them interested. Then inside sales becomes matchmaking process. If that matchmaking process, you perfect that art of matchmaking, you're good. You don't have to sell. Customer will just buy after that.
Sure.
So basically changing it from a selling process to a buying process. And inside sales should happen it like a fulfillment job, right? You're basically, it's like somebody walked into a showroom, Apple showroom, which means Apple has done the marketing to pull that person into the showroom. Now the salesman's job inside an Apple showroom is to say, okay, why did you come in? What do you want? And how can I help you? Do you need XS 10x max, XS max, or do you need just the 10 version or whatever it is, right?
Correct.
So that's a consulting, right? Understand your need and just give them the right product. That's fine, and then they'll just buy it.
Sure. So if I have, so your team of 200 now, if you had to say these many people are in product, these many people are inside sales. So what's the team structure like? So how much? So for us to understand, how much have you invested in each of these departments?
I think we have around 50 people in engineering, maybe another 20 in product management.
Okay.
So which is like 70, which means we lose another 130 or so. We have around same like 40-50 people in marketing, and remaining 50 people in sales.
Okay.
And maybe rest of the people are in ops and HR and all of that.
Sure. So product is another thing that you've got a wealth of knowledge sitting across us. So I think hopefully we'll do another live stream on product and
actually product is again underrated,
right?
Because people invest a lot in engineering, but if you don't invest in product, that's another one which we did not do well. One of the other things that we did not do well is we only had engineering team,
right?
And engineering team also did product management,
right?
So we actually called out product management as a separate entity,
right?
And then we are able to do much bigger things in the product.
Sure.
Yeah.